Hey y'all, ugly video time. Disregard all that. Your office probably doesn't look that great either. But it's writing day, and just something's been on my mind. I wanted to do a quick post because in the last 24 hours, two things have kind of jumped out at me. One was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast with Tristan from the Social Network, where they really just talked about the impacts that social media has on our minds and how it curates it for us, and the interesting impact that can have as we try to build community. But also then finished up This Bright Future by Bobby Hall, who's also the rapper Logic. And in it, he just talks about his growth and coming up, his childhood, but also the significant impacts that the internet had in changing the landscape for record companies and how artists found themselves. And when he talked about his group of followers that was coming up with him before he ever signed a deal and got onto big stages and famous, he said, in this vast new unlimited wilderness of the internet, who are you? Where do you belong? And that we were offering people an identity and a sense of connection. We were selling a place to be loved and be accepted. And it just got me thinking that when we know the impact that social media has on us, when we know that we're being curated information without us even consciously recognizing it, it's really hard for some of us to find that sense of community. It really is. And so as leaders in the workforce, we have to understand that sometimes at work, that's the only true community that some of us have. And when we think of it in that terms, when we think of it in the standpoint of it is our responsibility as leaders to create a community where you can be loved, to create a community where people want to be a part of it, then man, that really unlocks our potential as a leader. So that's the question I'd ask y'all today. That's something I'm going to be thinking about in my writing today is, how do we create the type of community that we want? How do we create the type of community that people will feel loved and valued and want to be a part of it? And if we do that, I think we unlock all the potential we need in our leadership and our growth. So think about that today. I'm going to go back to cleaning up this desk and doing some writing.